Hey everybody, welcome to Board Online, Board Offline. Today we have a Gloomhaven insert from Folded Space. If there is ever a game that needed an insert, it's Gloomhaven. Now before we go any farther, I do want to mention our sponsor, Board Game Co. Over at Board Game Co, you can buy, sell, and trade games. They have a fantastic selection over there, so be sure to check them out. They've got hard to find games for really good prices over there. And with Board Game Co, you can buy, sell, and trade your way into a better collection. So with this insert, for those of you not familiar with Folded Space, I've done several of their inserts on the channel before. And the whole idea here is that they make them out of a foam material that is super lightweight, but at the same time also durable. You just glue it together. And after the glue gets it all together, after it sets, then you put it in your box. It is sturdy. It holds everything together. It makes it easier to both set up and tear down the game afterwards, much quicker, and most importantly, very, very lightweight compared to other options that are out there. So we're going to get down to the table and you will see how this Gloomhaven insert works. Also, I do want to mention that there's a coupon code for t-shirts from Mr. Meeple in the description below. So go find that and go purchase one of these fantastic shirts that they have over at Mr. Meeple. Okay, let's get down to the Gloomhaven insert. All right, so here of course is the gigantic box that is Gloomhaven. So let's see how this Folded Space insert works. All right, so of course on top you've got all your, just some of the paper stuff, there's stickers, got that board, here's the solo scenarios, a couple of envelopes here. All right, so then here we've got all these tiles right here for the map tiles. The big ones fit right on top. A couple more of them. Here you got my Soothsinger, which you can see, look at this, it got wet and completely like slid apart. I mean, when I say wet, it was soaking wet. I put a drink down next to it on the table. Fortunately, this was the only thing. I cleaned everything else up. And the drink condensation, and I guess it sat there for like an hour. And when I came back, this thing was just sopping wet and it came apart in 3 different layers. And fortunately, I just kind of put it back together. And then when it dried, it just glued itself back together. But that is unfortunate. All right, of course, the scenario book and the rule book. And now we're getting really down into the meetup. So you can see got a pencil over here. The smaller tiles fit here, and there's some here as well. So that's where the smaller ones go, the bigger ones on top like you saw. Okay, so now let's just kind of work our way through this. We've got these that pop out, have a couple of the bigger enemies in here. Most of the enemies are in a different section. Got some of these tiles here and these tiles here. These, all the different overlays and stuff that you have. Here's one of the bigger guys here that I just kind of stuck right there. All right, so now let's see. These right here are just freestanding in there. They're not inside of a separate container. But you can see that because of how the rest of the containers are built in here, they have a perfect little spot. They fit here, and that way you can just pull them out as you need them. You can reference the symbols. You can see these are the 4 that I've used so far. That's why they're flipped to the other side to help me remember which ones I've actually used. All right, so then let's go and pull out another one of these. So here we've got our different conditions, and in here we have some, I believe those are traps and rubble and stuff is what those are. And you've got your, sorry, the lighting's so bad. And you've got the elements there. Okay, and then in this one, I've got, it looks like the altar and some traps and some more traps here. There's the gas trap. And then these, the number letter tokens, as well as those number tokens too. All right, and then let's move over to this one. And here we've got some more of these rocks here, and these are all the summons. You can see those little tiny summons there, or whatever those are. And these, for my summons, I always actually usually end up buying separate minis for wherever the summons are and put them out. So I really have actually never used these, but that's what we got a space for those. Now this is kind of neat how these work. We've got all the different monsters, or a lot of different monsters, and these right here, easy to see what they are. They pop, you just pull them right out just like that. So they've got different size spaces. So like here in this one, it is, I think these are the snakes, you can see. And there's a lot of the snakes, just like, you know, over here with the, which ones were these? These are the, what are those guys called? Well, anyway, the point is there's a lot of those standees, and so they have a wider space here. And for the ones that are fewer, you got the smaller space. So they all fit nice and snug in there. You know, a couple of them wiggle around a little bit, but they stay where they are, and they're easy to pull out, easy to get to. And you've got, obviously, here's a second one here with more of those monsters, all the different kinds. You got your skeletons up here, and you got your bears down here. Nowhere for the owlbears, of course, because the owlbears don't exist in this game. And then we have some of the bigger monsters here. Still haven't had to fight these guys. Wait until they show up for the first time. All right. And same thing here. Those guys. And you've got a container for all those minis. Nice and snug fit. And another one for the rest of them over here. This is the one I'm really excited to get to. I cannot wait to open that guy up. All right, so moving along, we have this one. It's got furniture in it. And here we've got the damage tokens. Oh, by the way, look at this. That might be a better spot for me to put this big dragon, is right there. It fits perfectly in there. So I think that's where I'll keep him from now on. And here we've got this container that has all the different bosses in here. And then I also put the 10 count sleeves. That way, just to keep them separate from the regular monsters, and the 6 count sleeves are in here. All right, and here we've got, of course, the stands for everybody. And let's go and pull this one out. There's money, coins, gold, whatever you want to call it. And then, of course, we've got the monster cards here. You can see Living Bones all the way back to the Wind Demon back here. And then this one has the rest of them, the front half, the Ancient Artillery all the way back to the Imp. There we go. All right, so here we've got all the different, you've got your, different items and everything. Here we've got combat cards, just space for everything, and more cards in this one, right? And then here we've got the bigger cards are in these. Come on, there we go. Okay, cards for that guy. Back here we've got road cards and city cards. And then more cards right here. And that, just like that, you have everything in Gloomhaven organized and ready to go. Okay, so there you go. That is the Gloomhaven insert from Folded Space. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notifications. Of course, go over to Folded Space and check out all the inserts they have to offer over there. And until next time, if you're bored online, bored offline.